Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we're talking Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 8, Poised for Battle. I'm kind of annoyed with this episode, so I'm gonna be honest. This video could get either way. I could be very long or I could be very short because this episode just made me very upset. So let me know what you guys think about this episode. So we're just going to get right into it. So the couples are back now from their honeymoons. Now we're back to reality. This is the episode where Pastor Cal comes in and does the first week checkup. And I'm going to start with Jasmine and Aries. So Jasmine and Aries, this episode, they went to, Jasmine's house and just showing them around and everything. This episode, none of the couples, I think Jasmine and Aries a little bit, but majority of these couples are not moving in together. This is when the time where everybody moves into their apartment that they're going to be staying at during the eight week experiment. Nobody's moving in yet. That's concerning to me. Now I understand, the fear of moving in, moving out and stuff. But remember what y'all signed up for. Y'all are married. But anyway, Jasmine and Aries. So Pastor Cal comes in. They seem to be doing a little bit better. The problem is that Aries is not attracted to Jasmine. He went to her house and he saw all of Jasmine's awards, and she's a cheerleading coach. And so she's been doing a lot of cheering and all kind of awards and stuff. Jasmine is a very beautiful girl. And she said that she falls in love quick. And which is fine. There's no harm in that. But, they're not getting the mutual feeling. So when Pastor Cal came in, he asked Jasmine, what does she like about Aries? And she said that I love that he is honest. He's blatantly honest. He's hardworking. He's this and that. She named off all good characteristics of Aries and everything. Now, I think their attraction is going to grow. But Aries just not seems to. I know he's not attracted to her, but I also think that he's also fair commitment. He's he's just recovering from being granted from his father's death and him being all over the place. And remember, he was intimate with somebody, one of Jasmine's friends, 2 weeks before they got married. So he's trying hard to get out of that lifestyle. And, Jasmine can keep him on his toes. But I think for Jasmine's sake, she needs to take a little step back, and not pressure him so much. I think she is pressuring him a little bit much. I think she wants him to love her. She wants him to love her, and which is fine. She even told Pastor Cal, I wish he would just, rip off all of my clothes. Okay, that was a little absurd, but I think Jasmine's gonna try really hard to get the attraction that she needs. Let me rephrase that. She's gonna try hard to get Aries to feel attracted to her. And she seems like she's the type of girl that will do whatever it takes. So right now with them, they're an okay couple in my opinion, but they have a lot. They have a lot to grow. Right now, I still don't have a full read on them. Every year I have a couple that doesn't get that I can't get a read on, and in this season it's Jasmine and Aries. So I hope they can get it together, but Aries needs to build that attraction towards Jasmine, in my opinion. The next couple I want to talk about is Kirsten and Shaquille. Now, speaking of attraction, Kirsten, she don't like a man with a bald head. She don't like a man that tells jokes a lot. She don't like a man that's a year younger than her. like girl. I'm just like, girl, like, what can this man do? So before Pastor Cal came, we went over to Kirsten's house, and they were in her bedroom, and she just had like a bed and a closet in there. She didn't have no nightstand or nothing, and like I kind of took Shaquille by surprise. I'm like, what? You don't have a nightstand? You don't have pictures? She didn't have nothing. Now, granted, I don't think, like, maybe that was a setup. Maybe as well, I'm going to be on TV. I don't really want people in my personal stuff. So that was probably a reason. But I think that kind of, like, it threw off Shaquille a little bit. But, hey, it is what it is. So in this episode, Pastor Cal comes and talks to them. He asks them how the honeymoon, how was the wedding, how was the honeymoon, and they said, it was like a family reunion. They said that their families like matched well, which is great. They felt like they known each other for so long and everything, and it just clicked like that and everything. And the honeymoon was a shaky start for them. Remember, they had to come a day late because he had a speaking engagement. And the problem is that Kirsten like played out more than what she's really telling them. Like, she didn't tell Pastor Cal that she doesn't like a bald man. Well, obviously she ain't gonna tell him that, because he probably would have ate her alive with that, in my opinion. But one of the big things is that Shaquille likes to joke around a lot, just make jokes about whatever. And she always feels there's a time and a place for it. Yes, but Shaquille always is just like, if you're going to be with me, like, you have to get my sense of humor. Like, if you can't get my sense of humor, then there's no sense of being with me. I mean, I'm just saying. So, like, she said that, like, like, she'll tell him, like, how she's feeling, but Kirsten also mentioned that she don't feel the need to tell him every single little thing. And, okay, I'll give her that. You don't have to tell him every single little thing, but I think she needs to be a little bit more nicer. I think she's being a little bit too mean to him. Like, he is trying so hard. Like, he's very, very successful. I don't know if she's intimidated by his success or anything. Like, I'm just trying to dig deep, because I think Shaquille is a good looking dude. So, like, and he can protect. He's a provider, man of God, and everything. So, I mean, I don't know what the problem is with the attraction levels with some of these couples. I mean, I know, and what this experiment shows. It shows that, like, they're gonna match you up with people who you don't normally would go after, and that's the point. Because what we go after is what gets us in trouble. Instead of going for someone who we know normally would go after, then we get what we want. But then when we go after for someone that we don't normally go after, they're never physically attracted to that person. You can't always have your cake and eat it too. Yes, there has to be some kind of attraction. And my attraction level when it comes to somebody, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a Barbie. You just have to just be enough. Like, just be enough, And I'm not really picky when it comes to attraction. I'm not going to say what I want here, but I'm not that picky. And some of these people on Married at First Sight are very picky, and it also feels insulting to the other person. Like, with Aries not being attracted to Jasmine, that's an insult to Jasmine. I feel like Kirsten not being attracted to Shaquille, that's an insult to Shaquille. Because both of them are very attractive, and they're being degraded by their spouses because of that, and that's just who they are, and you can't tell nobody to change who they are appearance wise just to please you. That's who they are. You either accept it or you get out. As simple as that. But Kirsten and Shaquille, they're getting better. Pastor Kyle asked them, is there any chemistry there, and Kirsten said no. So again, they got to build on that. She tried to play it off like it was all nothing, but she's not being completely honest with herself or with him or even Pastor Cal. I mean, it's just like right now, like Kirsten, out of you know, it's a battle between Kirsten and Clint this season on who I don't like, and it's a battle between them two. But she's not giving me the best vibes right now. Just my opinion. Again, I'm pulling for them. I predicted in the beginning of the season that they'll stay married. Do I still think that? I actually think I do. I think they will say yes on decision day. But you know, Aries and Kirsten need this experience to grow within themselves. And we're still early in the season. We're still early in the process. We still got a long ways to go in the season. And I just hope that there's a big improvement with them. So anyway, that was Kirsten and Shaquille. Next couple is Nicole and Chris. Nicole and Chris, right now they are the power couple. Now, Pastor Cal said that Kirsten and Shaquille had the potential to be a power couple. And before I go to Nicole and Chris, Pastor Cal said about the joke thing that he tells jokes a lot. His wife calls him corny, and he just says, so what? So I think Kirsten's just going to have to deal with it. But anyway, Nicole and Chris, they're the power couple right now. Last week, they got sad news that they couldn't bring all the dogs to the apartment. So what they're going to do is they're going to bring Chris's dogs for the first couple of weeks, and then Nicole's dog. Nicole's dog is staying with her dad, and they had all the dogs have met like at a park and stuff, and you know, it's just Nicole and Chris right now. It's sunshine and roses right now. They're really nice, like they're really understanding with each other. They're compromising. They're making it work. I have nothing right now bad to say about Nicole and Chris. Now, surprisingly, they did not move in together, though. They're going to they both have places. They signed like a 9-month lease, I believe they said. You know, they're preparing just in case, you know, and I have no problem with that. I think, like, if you're a Married at First Sight, I think everybody should keep, like, where they're at at least during the 8-week experiment, like, keep it, because, like, you know, especially in how it's been in the last couple seasons, like, you know, some people will say yes after decision day, but then by reunion or where are they now, they ain't together, and they give up their home, and then they got to start all over. So I'm fine with them signing their leases, but they still should move into the other apartment together for the experiment, you know, too. You know, I don't know if the show pays for the apartment, at the mutual apartment or not. If they do, then yeah, keep your places. So yeah, Pastor Cal comes in. You know, there was one deleted scene that they shown. There was a picture from the wedding, and Nicole did not like the picture, and she had like her freak out, like she was looking into the top cameras and everything, and just flip out. This is not a wedding picture. This is not the picture I like. This and that. You know, that kind of like Chris was just a little, whoa, okay, never seen that side of her before. But you know, other than that, like, you know, their talk with Pastor Cal went all right. You know, like, they really get each other. Right now, they are the favorites to last. As of right now, I still think they'll stay married. Will they have problems throughout the rest of the season? Probably. But, you know, Chris, I love Chris. He is a genuine nice guy. He's even nicer than me. Like, and I'm nice. And I love how Nicole compliments that. And so I'm just pulling for them. I'm pulling for them. The next couple I want to talk is Gina and Clint. So Gina and Clint. Now, we all know what happened on the honeymoon. Hold on one second, guys. All right, sorry about that. We all know what happened on the honeymoon with Gina and Clint. They both said some things that did not come out right. Gina said that she don't like gingers or go after gingers. Clint said he used to go out with slender and athletic. Both comments offended each other. So right now they're building up the pieces of that. Now we were more hard on Clint than we were with Gina. But after thinking about it, Gina did start it first. Gina's not a bad person, but I see why Clint was offended first. And I didn't address that in the previous videos. But anyway, this episode, they decided not to move in either. And they probably have a more legitimate reason. They already need space from each other. And you only spend a week together and you already need space. That's not good. Pastor Cal comes in. They talk about what happened. Pastor Cal actually gets mad. And, he told Gina, who are you, trying to prove this? Who are you kidding? You're not being honest with yourself. Not moving in is his direction of not wanting this. You don't really want it. And it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to him. And he asked a question, she said what she had to say. She asked a question, are you going to stay married and work this through, or are you going to end it now? And Clint said he wants to continue to work with her and continue to try to do better. And Gina said the same thing, basically. But Pastor Cal, I give Pastor Cal credit. He don't normally get mad, but he got mad. These couples, sometimes sabotage their own relationship. And I know Gina and Clint, are in, a little, a word battle right now. But I give them credit for sticking it out. I don't blame them from where they're at. I don't blame Gina's concerns. But you got to move in. I'm sorry, you got to move in. You spent the whole honeymoon together, so just move in. If it don't work out, it don't work out. Don't get rid of your places now. If it don't work out, it don't work out. But I don't know. It's still, I think it's only, they're only going to work with each other for a little bit, and then it's going to really hit the fan. It's really going to hit the fan with them. And I'm really worried. Last couple, and here's the couple that's in big trouble. Dominique and McKinney. They're arguing. McKinney is a Debbie Downer. Dominique is young. Her mother signed her up for Married at First Sight. Let's not forget that. And that's always going to be brought up. Dominique is adventurous. McKinney is, more reserved and stuff. They go to Dominique's apartment, shows them around. She packs up her stuff to try to move to the apartment. McKinney did not look like he wanted to be there. They have an issue. McKinney is not a dog person. And Dominique has a few dogs. And they said it's a deal breaker if the dogs, or is it the other way around? No, my bad. McKinney has dogs. Dominique is not a dog person. And McKinney's dogs sleep with him on the bed, and that's a deal breaker for Dominique. I agree with Dominique on that one. I'll give her that one. This couple, they are not supportive to each other. They're putting each other down. Like McKinney was saying, I hate the fact that I ruined your honeymoon. Hate the fact that you think that I'm this, and that, like this Debbie Downer, or whatever. And Dominique is just like, there's just no support with them. So Pastor Cal comes, they're talking, kind of the same thing with Gina and Clint. They're both making it to where they don't really want this anymore. And, with Dominique being so young on this show, and, she wanted an older, mature man, but it just doesn't. And then when he was talking, he was talking over Dominique, and Dominique was like, bro, let me talk. And I'm just like, she really just said, bro, let me talk. Like, now, saying the word bro, like to your husband, that is some 25-year-old stuff. That is a 25-year-old stuff. Like, I was watching the new Couples Couch on last night, and one of the couples had mentioned that would you say bro to your spouse? Yeah, 25. And that was a 25-year-old thing. Dominique said that she's over it. She's done. She's over it. And we left with a cliffhanger for next week's episode. And we're trying to figure out, what is she over? Is she over the marriage? Is she just over the conversation? Or what? She might be over the marriage, in my opinion. McKinney is just not, they are not into each other. McKinney is just drained. Remember last week, like, you know, there was just a lot of insults about where he stays. Pastor Kyle even talked to them about that. He was like, Dominique said that if he lived in a house with roommates, that would have been better than where he's at now, because he would have his space. I'm like, what difference does it make? What difference does that make? Like him staying in the basement at his parents or whatever. What difference does that make? He does have a space regardless. Like, I mean, I don't know who she thinks she is, like just coming in and like judging somebody's place right off the rip like that, especially your spouse's, you know. And Pastor Cal said, you know, we think we matched you guys up really well, and they don't believe so. And she said, we're in agreement. So it's just, they both don't want each other. They don't like each other. And it's actually at the point where they don't even like each other. I think they're going to be the couple that gets divorced right now. And then I'm still waiting for that big surprise that is coming. I don't know if it's coming next week or the week after, but it's coming. But Dominique and McKinney, they are done. They're done. They are done. Anyway, guys, yeah, this is I talked here for about 23 minutes. This is the longest on Married at First Sight that I talked. I told you it could go either quick, or normally my videos for Married at First Sight are 15 to 17 minutes. This one's about 23 minutes. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I can't wait for next week to figure all this crap out. Like I said, I was really annoyed with this episode. I can't wait to see all the other YouTubers when they recap this episode, because they're going to go more ham than I did. So anyway, guys, I'll be back Monday to do 90 Day Fiancé the other way. Be back Tuesday, Wednesday to do Catfish. Catfish returns next week. And then back on Married at First Sight next Wednesday and Thursday. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all soon.